Early-stage funding sources. So, you have an idea, a business model, and you even understand cash flow. Excellent. But for your startup to transform from a schematic on paper into something real, it needs something very important: money. In the early stages, when your idea is just taking shape and the product might only exist as an MVP, traditional banks and large investors are unlikely to show interest. They look for proven track records, stable revenues, and low risks. Your startup at this stage, however, is pure risk. But don't despair. There's a whole spectrum of funding sources specifically designed to fuel the boldest and riskiest ideas in their infancy. Think of it like different types of fuel for your spacecraft at various launch stages. Bootstrapping. Launching on your own sails. Bootstrapping is essentially launching and growing a business using the founder's own funds, as well as early revenues generated by the startup itself. No external investors, no loans. You are your only sponsor. Why this can be your superpower? Full control. You make all the decisions. No one dictates terms, demands quick results, or pressures you for an exit. Your vision is your reality. Discipline and efficiency. When every dollar counts, you start thinking with maximum frugality. You cut out everything superfluous, focus on what truly brings value, and seek the most creative and cost-effective solutions. This develops entrepreneurial talent and teaches you to value every resource. Proof of viability. If you can launch and at least start generating revenue without external investment, it's a powerful signal to future investors. It proves that you have a viable idea and the ability to execute it. Investors love to see that you're hungry and know how to extract the most from the least. Equity preservation. You don't give away equity in your company in the early stages when its valuation is still minimal. The later you attract external investment, the higher your company's valuation, and the smaller percentage you give up for the same amount of money. When is bootstrapping suitable? When you have initial funds. When your MPV can be created with minimal cost. When your business model allows for relatively quick revenue generation, e.g. service startups, consulting, small SaaS solutions. Real-life example. Many giants started with bootstrapping. MailChimp, an email marketing service, grew for years without external capital before becoming a multi-billion-dollar company. They focused on profitability from day one, constantly improving their product and satisfying customer needs. Basecamp, formerly 37 Signals, a well-known project management software company, is also a prime example of successful bootstrapping. They never raised venture capital, building their business on profitability, efficiency, and a deep understanding of their customers. They even wrote a book, Rework, advocating the less is more philosophy in business. The flip side of the coin, slower growth. Without external injections, the pace of growth can be slower than that of venture-funded competitors. High personal pressure. All the risk falls on you. This can cause significant stress. Limited opportunities. Not all ideas can be bootstrapped. If you need millions for R&D or to build complex infrastructure, it will be extremely difficult. Bootstrapping is a path of dedication and creativity. If you choose this path, be prepared for strict frugality and maximum focus. Friends, family, and fools, FFF. Trust and risk. When your own funds are insufficient and you're still too green for venture capitalists, many startup founders turn to friends, family, and fools, FFF. This phrase, though sounding derogatory towards the latter category, captures the essence. These are people who invest in you not so much because of a rational business plan, but because of trust, personal relationships, or, sometimes, naive faith in your idea. Why is it popular? Accessibility. This is the easiest and fastest way to get initial money. Flexible terms. Loan or investment terms are usually much softer than those of professional investors. Often, these are interest-free loans or small equity stakes in the company. Support. These people often become your first supporters and promoters. Legal aspects of loans. Even if the money comes from close individuals, it is extremely important to document everything legally. This will protect both you and your investors and help avoid conflicts that could ruin relationships. Promissory notes. You borrow money and promise to repay it with interest, or without, by a specific date. Always draw up a loan agreement specifying the amount, interest rate, if any, repayment schedule, and default conditions. Convertible notes. This is a much more common option for startups. You borrow money, but this debt is not repaid in cash. Instead, it converts, transforms, into equity in the company during the next major funding round from professional investors. Advantage for FFF. They receive a discount on the future valuation of the company, e.g. a 20% discount on the share price at which a venture fund will invest, or a valuation cap, a maximum valuation at which their loan will convert. This compensates them for the risk of early investment. Advantage for you. You don't have to agree on a company valuation at the very early stage when it's very difficult and might be unfavorable. Safe, simple agreement for future equity. This is an even simpler and more popular instrument, invented by Y Combinator, one of the leading accelerators. Similar to a convertible note, but legally it's not debt, but an agreement for future equity purchase. It further simplifies the process and makes it more friendly for both parties. Direct equity sale. You can simply sell equity in the company. But at an early stage, this is difficult, as valuing the company is extremely challenging. If you choose this path, you will need a lawyer to draft the stock purchase agreement. Why is legal documentation so important? Transparency. Everyone understands the terms and expectations. Protection. Protection in case something goes wrong, and in startups it does. Future investors. Professional investors will very carefully scrutinize how your early investments were structured. Incorrect documentation can deter them. Tip: even for the closest people, use simple but legally binding documents. This is an act of respect and professionalism. Grants. Money you don't have to repay, but they're hard to get. Grants are perhaps the most attractive source of funding because they are money you don't have to repay and for which you don't give up equity in the company. Sounds like a dream, right? And it is. But obtaining grants is a very competitive and time-consuming process. Where to look for grants? Federal Small Business Innovation Research, SBIR, and Small Business Technology Transfer, STTR, programs. What they are. These are the largest federal programs designed to fund small businesses engaged in research and development with high commercialization potential. They are distributed through 11 federal agencies, e.g. NIH, NSF, DoD, NASA. SBIR, Small Business Innovation Research, for small companies engaged in innovative R&D projects. STTR, Small Business Technology Transfer, similar to SBIR, but requires mandatory partnership between a small business and a non-profit research institution, university, federal laboratory. How it works. The programs have several phases. Phase 1, up to $250,000 to $300,000 for concept validation and demonstrating idea viability. Phase 2, up to $1 to $2 million, sometimes more, for full product development based on successful Phase 1 results. Phase 3, product commercialization, no longer government funded. Advantages: money you don't have to repay, no equity dilution, validation of your innovation, which attracts private investors. Disadvantages: very high competition, lengthy application process, strict reporting requirements, emphasis on R&D rather than pure business. Where to look? Check the websites of each of the 11 participating agencies. They have competition calendars and detailed instructions. Other federal and state grants. In addition to SBIR, STTR, there are grants from other federal agencies aimed at supporting specific industries, e.g., energy, agriculture, education. Many states also have their own grant programs to support local businesses, especially if your startup creates jobs or develops specific technologies in the region. Where to look? Explore grants.gov for federal grants, as well as the websites of your state's economic development departments. Private grants, corporate grants. Some large companies, e.g. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, offer grants or support programs for startups using their technologies or working in specific areas. Nonprofit foundations. Various nonprofit organizations may offer grants for startups whose activities align with their mission, e.g., social impact startups, healthcare, education. Where to look? Follow industry news. Look for information on the websites of large corporations and charitable foundations. Tips for obtaining grants. Read requirements carefully. Each agency and program has very specific criteria. It's a long process. The process from application submission to receiving money can take many months. Plan ahead. Be prepared for bureaucracy, especially in government programs. Grants are an excellent way to get money without equity dilution, but they require a lot of patience, meticulous planning, and adherence to very specific requirements. Crowdfunding, the power of the crowd in your favor. Crowdfunding is the process of raising funds from a large number of people, typically through online platforms. Instead of relying on one large investor, you get money from the crowd. Since the passage of the Jobs Act in 2012, and particularly the enactment of Title III regulation crowdfunding in 2016, crowdfunding has become a legal way for non-accredited investors, ordinary people who are not millionaires, to invest in startups in exchange for equity in the company. Types of crowdfunding. Donation-based crowdfunding. People donate money to your idea without expecting a financial return. Usually used for social projects, charity, e.g., GoFundMe. Not suitable for most commercial startups. Reward-based crowdfunding, the most popular type. People donate money in exchange for some reward or early access to the product, e.g., Kickstarter, Indiegogo. How it works. You set a fundraising goal and offer different reward tiers for different contribution amounts, e.g., for $20, your name in the list of sponsors for $100, an early version of the product for $500, a personalized version. Advantages. Allows you to not only raise money, but also test product demand, build a community of early adopters, and get PR. Disadvantages. Requires meticulous campaign preparation, fulfillment of reward obligations, reputational risks if you fail to deliver the product. Relevant platforms. Kickstarter, very popular for physical products, games, films, art. Indiegogo, more flexible, suitable for a wide range of projects, including tech startups. Equity crowdfunding, people invest money in exchange for equity in your company. This is closest to traditional investments, but is accessible to a much broader range of investors. Regulation in the USA, Title III regulation crowdfunding. This regulation allows companies to raise up to $5 million within a 12-month period from a wide range of investors, both accredited and non-accredited. There are limits on how much a non-accredited investor can invest, depending on their income and net worth. The process requires a certain level of disclosure with the SEC U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, but it is significantly simpler than for a full IPO. Advantages. Access to a huge pool of potential investors. The opportunity to gain not only money, but also an army of loyal supporters who are interested in your success. Disadvantages. Requires compliance with SEC regulatory requirements, can lead to many small shareholders, complicating equity management in the future, high platform fees. Relevant platforms. Start Engine, Republic, WeFunder. These platforms act as broker-dealers and ensure compliance with SEC requirements. Important, equity crowdfunding requires legal consultation as you are effectively selling securities. Crowdfunding tips, strong story. You need a compelling, emotional story that will resonate with potential sponsors, investors. Quality content. Video, photos, clear description of the product and its benefits. Promotion. Don't think people will find your campaign on their own. You need to actively promote it on social media, among friends and acquaintances, and in the media. Research the platform. Each platform has its own audience and features. Crowdfunding is not just a way to get money. It's a way to validate demand for your product and build an initial community around your startup. We've covered the main ways to get initial funding for your startup. Each has its pros and cons, and certainly its own peculiarities. The choice is yours, and it should depend on your idea, your business model, your resources, and your goals. In the next section, we'll dive into the world of big money. We'll talk about angel investors and venture funds, those who can give your startup rocket fuel for scaling.